I'm Mark Wooley with Advanced Wildlife Solutions, and this is the story of how I was able to use a 10-pound bag of draw to kill the biggest buck of my life this year. It's kind of weird being tagged out this early. I say early, it's 4 days before Christmas, but it's not something that I'm used to. Food is getting pretty scarce in the woods right now. It's super dry, early season. There goes some ducks right there. It was super dry early season, and you know, these food plots didn't really get established till late, and so the acorn crop really got hammered, I think, you know, early, and because a lot of the browse in the woods had dried up as well. And now we're into this late season where it's just, I mean, you can look out there, there's not a lot. It's all dead, all brown, a little bit of green here and there, but the food plots and the feeders, supplemental feeding that we do, it's really important, especially this time of year, because your bucks are really run down from the rut. And you got to build those bodies back up before they start growing antlers. So I'm just gonna buzz right through here. It's not as soft as I thought it would be. This way, this way. Well, you can see right here the remnants of an old draw pile, and we're on a trail that comes across this ridge here and goes off into this thicket where these deer like to bed. And right here is where I'd poured just this 10-pound bag of draw like I'm fixing to put out, and hung a Tacticam to monitor this trail. The reason for putting the draw out was really just to make the deer stop so I could get a picture. And right here is where the buck came from. He came out of this thicket right here following a doe and worked his way down here and stopped at this straw pile. And my tree is just down there. You can't really see clearly to this pile from that tree, but this trail is what he walked out on and offered me a 40-yard shot. We're gonna keep this stuff freshened up right here for these deer. You ready? Good to go. I'm gonna arm it. There we go. These Tacticams, by far my favorite cellular trail camera. It's just easy to use, easy to operate, and it's such an invaluable tool. There's nothing better than having real-time information instead of having to come out here and check these cameras all the time. I get the pictures sent straight to my app, and this particular deer was a deer that we didn't have a whole lot of pictures of. October 3rd, October 25th, and then the morning I killed him. As a matter of fact, this camera actually took his last picture at 5:08 as he was angling down this trail, and then I shot him just right there a few seconds after that picture was taken. So, all right, come on, Carson. Let's walk down here. This right here is a tree that I climbed. That's one of the things I love about having a saddle, is just being mobile, because there's a little bit of an elevation change right here, maybe 10 feet, but it's enough that when that northeast wind died, as the sun began to set and those thermals started pulling down the hill, it was enough to keep me concealed. And I was able to climb this triple trunk tree right here, and I was up there about where that, well, you can see the branch that's cut off. That's where my bow was hanging. And it was able to get me up enough over these little young trees in here to have that lane to shoot at 40 yards. But Just a good hide. You can get up there amongst these trunks with that saddle and swing around and just completely disappear behind the tree. It's so nice to be able to have that option. Whereas, you know, a fixed position stand or a lock on, like you're stuck on that one side of the tree. You can't move. So right here is where he fell, and I can actually, from here, I can see the tree that I was sitting in. But that night, I had no idea that he was down. I guess just this little rise right here. There's a huge ravine right here that he was trying to get into, and he just fell right here. You can still see where the leaves are kicked away and everything, but
Get down right there, Tom.
oh, he's already, yeah. God, look at this thing. Look at that deer, dude. Holy cow, man.
He's a 10 point.
Thank you, Lord.
10?
Look at this mass out here on the end of these beams. Oh my gosh. I couldn't hear him. I heard him run, but then I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear the crash, so I was nervous about it, but there was no need to be nervous, was it? Because he was stiff when we got to him.
Mm-hmm. I remember those two trees right there.
Yeah.
Because that's one that we took pictures of.
Yeah. But yeah, man, just a super cool deer. My biggest buck ever. Did it with a bow on Thanksgiving Day. Just really special to me. I'm glad y'all got to share it with me. My oldest son's behind the camera. He was here too, so it was pretty cool to be able to share that experience with the boys.